What makes a successful marriage? I think it's funny and kind of sad how we tend to classify successful marriages based only on their duration. I mean, just imagine if we applied that same metric to other areas in life. He or she was an amazing dog, yet they died at 10 years old. What a waste. Or it was a wonderful dinner. The service lasted for hours and hours. Or I only gave this amazing book 1 star because it ended. It doesn't make sense, does it? So why do we do that with marriage? I think we have all seen, either from the inside or from the outside looking in, marriages that go the duration, yet are filled with contempt, isolation, and misery. And on the other hand, we have all witnessed relationships that were strong and fulfilling, yet ended prematurely, either because of changes in the circumstances or in the individuals. Yet in our cultural lexicon, we celebrate that first union as a success, even asking them for their tips. And then we condemn the second one as a failure, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So perhaps it's time to reevaluate what makes a successful marriage. In a successful relationship, you both play for the same team. And rather than see your partner as an opponent in that particular argument, you see them as an ally in life. And even when you disagree about how a certain thing should be done, you still agree in where you want to go. The good interactions outweigh the bad. There will be rolled eyes and hurt feelings, but they will end up being smothered in kind words and hugs. Support is given freely, and at the same time, challenges are presented. You don't want to change your partner. Instead, you want to enhance your partner. Both partners recognize that love is holding firmly enough to allow the other to know that they are supported, yet loosely enough to give them the space to grow and to change. Mistakes are recognized as inevitable and also celebrated as opportunities. And the actions may be condemned, but not the person. The difficult conversations happen. There is a radical honesty, the sort of honesty that is uncomfortable, sometimes even painful, and almost always scary. Yet you're not playing the same game until all of your cards are on the table. And each person is also willing to carry more than their fair share when the situation demands. And also recognize there are going to be days when you are more committed to the marriage than you are to your partner. And that's okay. In a good relationship, a legacy is left, either from the children born from the union or from the others that have been touched by that partnership. A marriage is greater than itself. And here's the hard part that I was not willing to see in my first marriage. A successful marriage recognizes when it is no longer successful. It is willing to make the agonizing decision to pull the plug rather than live endless years in a marriage on life support. Now, it is true that no good marriage ends in divorce, but at the same time, the marriage that you have today may not be the marriage that it always was. It's not just about the number of years. It's about what we do with those years. And if that marriage brought a smile to your face and eased your burden, if that marriage challenged you to learn and grow, if that marriage taught you what it was like to share a common dream and common goals, if that marriage opened your heart and made you feel seen and understood, if that marriage made an impact on others, if that marriage pushed you and tested you, if that marriage made you realize that nobody else can make you happy, if that marriage taught you what you don't want, if that marriage inspired you to never again let someone else diminish your worth, if that marriage taught you how strong you are, then that marriage was successful, no matter how long it lasted or how it ended, because the only failed marriage is the one that you refuse to learn from.